Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Mike Krueger, back in my studio in Redding, California. So excited to be back. I had fun out in South Lake Tahoe, but it's time to get back to reality and to work. All right, let's take a look at some of the rain that we are seeing out there this morning. You can see it about, 1 o'clock this morning, kind of around Redding, moving southward into Red Bluff and Corning, Chico, eventually seeing some of it, and still seeing it in South Chico right now, making its way into Oroville, Willows, seeing some of these showers as well. And we're seeing some snow in the higher elevations out towards especially Siskiyou County this morning. We're also seeing some very light snow also into Plumas County as well. Let's take a look at what it looks like right now in Chico, and there are the wet roads from the recent rain that they've seen out there in downtown Chico. This is, of course, Main Street Chico on Highway 32. This is a picture sent in by Deanna. She used the free Weather NorCal app to send this photo. You can do the same by downloading the free Weather NorCal app, and you can upload your photos right to my weather computer, and you can see photos like this. O'Brien Mountain, courtesy of Deanna, I believe is how you'd say that name, and just a beautiful rainbow. In fact, it looks like, I just kind of saw it for the first time here. If you look very closely to the left of the main rainbow, you can see a very faint rainbow, a double rainbow, and you can also see the raindrops coming down as well. So beautifully shot, and I want to thank Deanna, I believe is how you'd say that name. I tend to butcher names. Boy, do I, what shape. You know what, so here's I was in South Lake Tahoe yesterday, or since Sunday, for my son Aiden's snowboarding championships for Shasta High School, and they did a great job. It was a lot of fun, and so they had the award ceremony after a long day on the slopes. It was about 7 o'clock in the evening. We left South Lake Tahoe, had to drive through a little bit of snow. It wasn't that big of a deal, and then finally got home probably a little after midnight. Now, I wake up around 2 o'clock in the morning to get the forecast ready, so I got to sleep for maybe about an hour, hour and a half at the most. So I was like, I didn't even unpack. I couldn't even find my shaver, so yeah. So I'm going to probably be taking a long nap here today, without a doubt here. But yeah, that's what we got going on here. Let's check in with some of you this morning, see what's going on. And oh, yeah, that's what I forgot to do. We've got James saying, good morning, everyone. Have a great day. And she says she loves that picture. Yeah, let's take another look at that picture. This is actually really nice. Want to thank, Deanna, again, for sending this picture in O'Brien Mountain. Yeah, it turned out to be a gorgeous picture there. All right, let's get you to Krueger's Quick Cast here for your Thursday, March 6th. And of course, you can see that those temperatures are going to be somewhere in the low to mid 40s here for the valley. 40 degrees in Redding, 45 in Red Bluff, 45 in Chico. And we got those temperatures in the 30s for the higher elevations. It's cold. I mean, Altura's about 33 degrees, 41 degrees in Hoopa, though. And out towards Eureka, a temperature of about 39 degrees. All right, so you're heading out the door this morning. There are going to be some snow flurries, I'd say, in Siskiyou County. Doesn't look like we're really seeing much in Modoc County this morning, but some of the eastern mountains seeing some of that snow as well. But the North Coast, Trinity County, the Valley, well, the Valley is seeing some showers, just depends on where you are. We go ahead and take a look at the satellite image here. You notice this swirling area of low pressure just to our south and west. That's the area of low pressure that's responsible for the wet weather that we are seeing, whether it's in the form of snow or rain, just depending on where you are. Also, for those thunderstorms that we did see yesterday. Quite an active afternoon and evening for especially the south end, right around Glen, Butte counties. I did see some pretty strong thunderstorms there. There were no severe thunderstorm warnings that I could see, but there were special weather statements just indicating that a pretty strong thunderstorm kind of moving through some of those areas. Heavy downpours. There may have even been some hail. So all in all, we are just looking at that kind of wrapping itself up. But there still may be some leftover instability that could bring us a chance for some afternoon showers and maybe even a few thunderstorms in some areas. So you can see as we take you through the morning hours, 8 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, today, you can see there's not much, right? It's just the snow in the mountains, especially north and east of the valley, but there are going to be some stray showers in parts of the valley here. 10 o'clock this morning, you can of course see not much going on in the valley. Most of the snow is to the north and east of the valley, as to be expected. But you see how it's starting to wrap itself up by noon? Yeah, we still have some snow flurries off to the east of the valley, but by the time we get in the afternoon, most of that's gone. However, we could see some afternoon what we call convection, daytime heating, and of course the colder air loft that can create enough instability for a shower to develop, and maybe even an isolated thunderstorm here. And that'll continue into around 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, and then by 6 o'clock this evening, we're wrapping things up, and we're going to dry things out here for the rest of the week and even this upcoming weekend. 1 inch of fresh snow, 1 inch of powder. There you go. 90 inches at the summit depth. It is groomed, rider packed. Now, right now, we are seeing some snow in the I-5 area around Mount Shasta and, of course, on Highway 89. So morning snow. We can take a look at what it looks like out there right now, and you can see no chain requirements for I-5 or even Highway 89, but you can see plenty of chain requirements east of I-5. And this is typical, especially a lot of the higher elevations that we do have east of I-5 as you start going above 4,000, 5,000 feet. So there's a look at Dunsmuir, there's a look at I-5 at Mount Shasta. Looks like there's a little bit of slush on the side of the road there. So there looks like there may be a little bit of a mix. And then, of course, the road looks clear on Snowman Summit as well. But there looks like it's kind of a little bit of snow this morning that they're seeing here. So just be prepared for the potential for some slick roads, and especially the Mount Shasta Ski Park Highway. Sometimes that can be covered in snow, even though I-5 or 89 is not covered in snow at all. But conditions are expected to improve throughout the day today across the board. Now, it looks like a weak system may clip northeastern California, and that could bring some more problems here, possibly around Cedar Pass. Excuse me, on Highway 299 East. So just be on the lookout for that. If you are going to be in that area tomorrow morning, just note that you may want to check the latest road conditions for Cedar Pass. And of course, Scott Mountain looks like some more snow up there as well. Right now, of course, look at the temperatures this afternoon. Mainly upper 50s, low 60s for the valley. I've got that chance for thunderstorms in Corning, Paradise, Chico, Willows, and even Oroville. And you'll notice no thunderstorms are expected for Redding or Cottonwood, or even Red Bluff. I think most of it will be to the south, as you saw in Futurecast there. And then, of course, looking at dry conditions this afternoon for everybody else. Temperatures in the mid-40s, low to mid-40s for the higher elevations, mid-50s for Trinity County as well as the inland areas, and low to mid-50s here for the coast. Of course, dry conditions there as well. For tonight, temperatures in the mid to upper 30s for the valley, and temperatures in the teens, 20s. It's getting cold again, and those overnight lows for the coast should be in the low to mid 30s. So getting close to, if not right around freezing. So looking at your 7-day outlook, morning, AM possibility for a sprinkle or a light shower in Redding, Red Bluff, and then this afternoon, I think Chico, you could see a stray shower or maybe even a thunderstorm. I would like to mention that the thunderstorms we saw yesterday, those were more intense than the ones we'll see today, if we even see any thunderstorms develop. Otherwise, we've got sunny skies here for the rest of the week. And remember, I've been talking about the potential for some rain for as early as Monday and Tuesday of next week. Now the forecast models this morning that have just been released this morning are backing off. They're pushing it back to Wednesday of next week and into that next Thursday and, of course, Friday as well. Taking a look at the coast, inland, and for Trinity County, dry conditions through Tuesday of next week, and then more wet weather coming in for next Wednesday. Taking a look at Siskiyou, Modoc, and the eastern mountains. Of course, the AM snow. By midday afternoon, that snow will be gone. It'll be dry through Monday, Tuesday, and yes, we've got a chance for some more snow and lower elevation snow. Looks like Wednesday's storm system is going to be a cold one, and I am seeing some indication that we could get down to even around 1,000 feet, maybe even slightly lower toward the end of next week. Could that mean? No. Could it mean valley snow? I'm not going to go ahead and go on a limb there just yet, but that's obviously something we can kind of watch closely here. Taking a look at some of the cameras out there, it looks like we've got a pink Lake Oroville camera. Not sure what's going on with that camera here, but kind of got unlucky again with the timing there. Some of the showers we are seeing in Oroville, and yes, so it is still wet out there this morning. The winds are not blowing at all, or at least it's fairly calm winds right now. And there you can see the overcast skies and, of course, the showers that we're seeing. Also on Main Street Chico, the wet roads because of the recent rain and some of the rain that they're seeing. Again, you'll see it's not very heavy, but it's certainly enough to make the roads a little wet. Looks a little bit of a sheen on the road there as well on Highway 99 at Neal Road. Could be looking at some showers there as well. How about Highway 44 at Sundial Bridge Drive in Reading? Well, it's dry because we haven't seen any, at least recent rain here in the last couple of hours. Hey, by the way, of course, today is Thursday. We've got our NorCal Ag Report, which is sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery. Jerry O'Lennon went out to check out and learn more about a scholarship fund that you could help fund. So check it out. This is your NorCal Ag Report, sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery.
Hi, I'm Jerry O'Lennon at the Butte County Farm Bureau, and this is the Ag Report sponsored by Lassen Canyon Nursery. This month, the Farm Bureau is raising funds for the Gerald M. Geiger Memorial Scholarship Fund, and with me to talk about it is Colleen Cecil. She's the Executive Director of the Butte County Farm Bureau. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
What does this fund do?
So this fund in particular provides scholarships annually to high school seniors in Butte County who will be attending a college or university or junior college who will be studying agriculture.
The goal is to raise about, I think it's $10,000?
Yeah, so every year we hand out, give or take, $10,000 or $12,000 to seniors in high school through this scholarship program.
What's it like out there for young people in the ag business? Do young people seem to be gravitating toward this, or are they generally young people who may already be part of a family that's in agriculture?
I think it's a combination of both. There are many careers that are involved in agriculture. It's not just farming and driving a tractor, right? It's marketing, it's science, it's technology, it's research. There's so many different arms and pieces to our ag industry that now more than ever, especially in a state like California where we grow most of the food that feeds not only this country but many around the world, that there's a ton of career opportunities in agriculture.
And tell me how this money is going to be raised. And as you do, I'm going to be putting up a graphic telling people where they go to for this particular fundraiser. So tell us how you're raising the money.
Yeah, so this particular fundraiser, every March we hold a drive-through dinner. We've been doing this for probably a good decade now. So on March 19th, we'll be in Gridley in front of OMC right next to Les Schwab in their open parking lot. So we'll be handing out drive-through dinners, tri-tip, rice, coleslaw, a dinner roll, and a cookie. It's $25 per dinner. Buy them in advance. We will have some there for the person driving by that didn't know about it as well. But it's an individual dinner. And then we'll do the same thing again on Thursday, March 20th. We'll do that in front of Pape, the tractor company there over off of Park Avenue.
And again, all of that information is on your screen as you're watching it right now. And one final thing, if somebody wants to learn more or if they want to purchase one of these tickets, we'll put that on the screen as well, but give us the information.
ButteFarmBureau.com. Just go to our website and there's a link there that'll take you to drive-through dinner tickets. You can call our office and we'll help you purchase a ticket over the phone. Or if you happen to know a Butte County Farm Bureau director, they all have a pile of tickets. They're probably carrying around on the dash of their pickup truck.
Sounds like a worthwhile project, and it sounds like you get a good meal for $25. Sounds like a deal.
You don't have to make dinner or do the dishes that night. You drive through and we'll even give you the plastic silverware.
What a deal. Colleen Cecil with the Butte County Farm Bureau. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
And there's your Ag Report. I'm Jerry O'Lennon for Weather NorCal.
All right, I want to thank Jerry for sending in that report here. Very interesting. And of course, you can help a good cause there as well. So it sounds like you've ag plenty of time. Of course, if you missed that, you can go to weathernorcal.com. It is, if you go to the Ag Report section and then click on Watch the Ag Report here, you can watch that same video and you can get the information that you may have missed there. So I'm kind of looking over some of the comments. Oh, by the way, I do want to thank, and we're going to put this in on here, I do want to thank Lassen County Nursery, Kenny Wood from Lassen County Nursery, for sponsoring and making the NorCal Ag Report possible. So again, want to thank Lassen County Nursery for that. Now I was looking at some of the comments from some of you, and someone was asking, how did Aiden do in his, of course, that's the reason why I was in South Lake Tahoe, right? And I don't want to go into too much detail on it, because I could go on and on and on, because I could just be a braggy parent, right? But here's the bottom line. So they went up on Saturday, and then I actually went up the next day. And so they practiced on Sunday. They also, that's the day I went up, and then did some skiing on Monday and Tuesday. He had his first race on Tuesday, his second set of races on Wednesday, which was yesterday. And it was snowing. It was quite a mess. But here's how it is. So Aiden was ranked the #1 male on the Shasta High School Alpine team, or at least the snowboarding team. And so he was, doing really well. He fell on every single race, but here's the thing. #1, it was a learning process for him. But the other thing is, I was so proud of how he handled those falls. #1, he got up very quickly, so it didn't shave off a whole lot from his time. And I think he did a phenomenal job. He was pretty low down there in the rankings, and that's perfectly fine. And we're talking state finals here. But I'm so proud of him. I'm proud of his team. Got to meet his teammates, and the girls' team did phenomenal. They did a great job, and so just proud of him. I'm very excited that he's part of a great group of kids, an organization. The kids are just great. They're really awesome, and so I just think it's a great opportunity for him, and I'm looking forward to him going to states next year. You'll probably see me live from, I think they're talking about going to Mammoth at the state finals next year. We'll see. I'm not exactly sure, but it was fun. And for me personally, it was a lot of fun because this is the first time I got to ski in Tahoe, the Tahoe region, and it was the best skiing I've ever skied, ever. Mount Shasta is great, and I love it. It's a great mountain that we have here. But you go up on higher elevation, the snow is different, it's not as warm, so it's not going to melt as much. It's awesome. So that was a good time. So I'm looking forward to some other skiing maybe next year as well. So it should be fun. All right, tell you what, let's get to our deeper dive forecast. But before we get to that, I do want to mention another one of our sponsors. And that's Wind River Resort and Casino. At Wind River Resort and Casino, enjoy a wide variety of specials and promotions, plus all of your favorite slots and table games. I want to thank Wind River for their support of Weather NorCal and, of course, of Coffee with Krueger. All right, let's take a look at the current radar out there right now. Now, the radar is showing that we do have most of the showers right now. You can see last night and early this morning, it kind of went from north down to the south. You can see the spin around the area of low pressure. That's the low pressure that's kind of diving down to the south. So it's going to do a couple of things. Of course, we're seeing the activity move from north to south. You can see just south of Chico's where we're seeing the bulk of any light rain right now in Oroville. We saw that on the camera. This will continue to shift to the south. Then, of course, you've got the snow east of that. You've got a little bit of snow even east of Lassen County, Plumas County, making its way into Nevada. We've got some light snow flurries off into central Siskiyou County right now. But elsewhere, it is a dry start to the day. So look at the temperatures out there right now, and we've got those low 40s for most of us in the valley, about 45 degrees for Chico, 33 in El Turris, 37 degrees in Wairika, and there we're looking at about 39 degrees in Eureka. There's a look at your weather headlines. Now, the showers and snow will be wrapping up this morning. Most of the activity will be done with by around noon. However, we may see some redevelopment in parts of the valley here later this afternoon, and we'll take a closer look at that here in a second. Friday through the weekend looks mild and dry, and the mild and dry conditions will probably last into early next week as well. In fact, the long range is still looking cold and wet. We're just pushing back the date as to when that wet weather arrives, and even the cooler weather at that. Lower snow levels too, with these series of storms that will be coming through next week. So again, here's the area of low pressure. You see the spin of low pressure right here. That's moving southward. So as it moves to the south, then we see the chances for showers and snow in the mountains begin to move on out of here as well. But the speckled clouds indicating the cold and unstable air. So if we get enough daytime heating for parts of the valley, that could mean the potential for a stray shower, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm developing as well. But once that moves out here later tonight and to tomorrow, we are going to start the dry and warmer trend that I've been talking about really so far this entire week. So this morning, there you can see it all kind of shifting southward. By 10 a.m., still a few snow flurries out towards Siskiyou County and off to the east of the valley, and maybe a stray shower or sprinkle for parts of the valley. By midday, most of it's pretty much gone, but again, you can see a stray sprinkle here and there for parts of the lower elevations. Maybe some snow still out towards Plumas County, but elsewhere it's dry. By 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we could even see some thunderstorms near the southern Trinity County area, but looks like it's kind of favoring slightly higher elevations than the valley. So maybe some of the foothill locations could see a better potential for some of those. And it wouldn't just be on the west side, but even the east side, places like maybe Paradise, Manton, you may see some of that as well. But it's not out of the question for parts of Tehama County, southward into Glenn and Butte counties in the valley there, to maybe see an isolated shower or a thunderstorm. And that continues into about 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon. And by 6 o'clock, it's pretty much done with. Now, by 10 o'clock tonight, another weak disturbance just clipping northeastern California. That could bring some more snow out towards Cedar Pass and parts of eastern Modoc County, but you can see it's pretty light. But that could have some impacts on some of that mountain travel, especially on Cedar Pass. Then we go into Friday afternoon. We're looking at sunny and dry conditions here. We take you into your Saturday afternoon, mainly sunny and dry conditions, and that'll be the case again on Sunday. Although by Sunday, probably more clouds. Still no rain at that point, though. But speaking of rain, it does look to be a bit wetter than normal as we take a look at the next 10 days or so. So yes, we've got quite the wet pattern moving on in. We also have a winter weather advisory still in effect through 4 p.m. today, especially off to the east. And I'd be willing to guess that it may expire a bit sooner than that because most of the snow will be gone by around midday. The snowfall totals, it's not anything to really kind of write home about, but there may be just a little bit of light accumulation, say down to about 4,000 feet or so off to the east. So there you can see, taking a look at Futurecast, we zoom it out here. So you may recall up until today, we've been talking about the potential for wet weather as early as Sunday night into Monday and Tuesday, and then off and on rain, heavy at times, all next week. Now, we look at the forecast model. Of course, Sunday's still dry, right? Now look at this. As we go into Monday, look what's happening. You see the storm system is kind of pushing to the south-southeast. So the positioning of this area of low pressure is key because the fact that it's moving down to the south, it's going to keep the rain to our south. Now, just a few days ago, in fact, even just yesterday, it had that low pressure moving closer to us. And as a result, we would have seen the rain on Monday and Tuesday. But by Tuesday and Wednesday, there you can see, of course, that rain moving in. It does get heavier at times here for your Wednesday. We take you into Thursday. Looks like even some lower snow levels on Thursday. And this right here could be moving in by next Friday. So yeah, we're going to start that wet weather pattern Wednesday, cooler air, lower snow levels, and heavy rainfall at times. We take a look at the lake levels. They're still doing quite well. We're almost 80% capacity out at Lake Shasta. Trinity Lake about 83% capacity and 84% capacity for Lake Oroville. We're talking about all this rain and we're not really concerned about fires right now, but you think about what's going on across the country. Big wind event for parts of New Mexico, West Texas, even into Florida. Now, what are the main ingredients for us to see the high fire danger? And that's typically the windy conditions and the low humidity. And that's essentially what we're looking at here through the day today. They've got some gusty winds in the forecast, low humidity. That is going to increase the fire danger. Now, the reason I'm mentioning this is just kind of want you to have in the back of your mind that if you do live on property, it's always a good idea to make sure that you start thinking about that defensible space and getting prepared for the fire season ahead because it'll be here before you know it. And you want to make sure that you can protect your property, your family during this fire season as we go into this year here. But again, certainly not a good situation there down towards New Mexico or even into West Texas either. So there you have it. And of course, as mentioned in Florida as well. Now the cooler temperatures, this is what we're looking at here for the long range here. So cooler than normal conditions are in the forecast. You can see that 10-day trend. You can see they are going up above normal here through the weekend, even into Sunday, Monday. But then they start to drop again, most likely at least 10 degrees below normal, if not more than that. So that's that cooler than normal conditions I was talking about. Now, the wave heights are pretty high today, but they will retreat throughout the day on Friday. So looking at your marine forecast, you can see those winds quite gusty out of the north at about 25 to 30 knots. They will rise a little bit higher as well later this afternoon. As a result, there is a small correct advisory here through late tonight. All right, so for today, here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. You're dry today all the way through next Tuesday. there's that rain and snow. I think you can see at the very least a mix. We're still going to have to iron out those snow levels as we get closer to next week, but there's that possibility at the very least to maybe see a mix, if not maybe all snow. Just depends on just how low that snow gets. 54 degrees in Hayfork, 47 degrees in Peanut, 48 degrees for a high today in Wildwood. You're dry for all of Trinity County through next Tuesday with that wet weather coming in Wednesday. 52 in Honeydew. And really, when we look at these 7-day forecasts, everybody, it's dry through next Tuesday, and then wet weather coming in for Wednesday. Look for a high of 53 in Ferndale, 52 in Fortuna, as well as Hydesville. And there you can see out towards Rio Dell, the temperature of about 50. 55 degrees in Hoopa, 56 for Willow Creek, 54 degrees in Trinidad, as well as McKinleyville, Arcata, Blue Lake, and Eureka, about 53 degrees. Up north, 58 for Smith River, 51 for Gas Key, and there's Crescent City at about 53 degrees. Take you out to Siskiyou County, and there you can see Sayed Valley, about 54. Temperatures mainly mid to upper 40s for I-5 there, and of course mainly some of that morning snow. Otherwise dry through Tuesday with more rain and snow by next Wednesday. There's a look at Scott Valley, 46 degrees for Etna today, 49 in Fort Jones, and 45 for Callahan. Central and eastern Siskiyou County, temperatures in the low to mid 40s here. Snow levels down to 2,000 feet. Yeah, so we're probably going to be dealing with chain requirements in the works, right? And we're looking a week out. Of course, a lot can happen between now and then, but just to kind of give you that basic idea. For Modoc County, temperatures mainly in the low 40s for today. Eastern mountains, Paynes Creek about 51, 46 in Bernie. There's Bernie. Now, you can see some morning snowflakes, but then drier conditions through next Tuesday. And then, of course, more snowflakes are in the forecast here for next Wednesday. Take you out to Lake Almanor and Lassen Park, and Lake Almanor. Oh, that's why I said Lassen, because I said lake. There you go. All right, 44 degrees for Chester. And there you can see about 42 degrees for Lake Almanor West. All right, take you to the south. You can see Paradise, a high of about 48. I do have that chance for thunderstorms for Paradise here this afternoon. Again, that's what I was talking about, that potential for not just the valley, but kind of even favoring a little bit more in the foothills with that potential for thunderstorms. Mineral about 41, 46 degrees for Susanville. And there you can see your 7-day forecast for Susanville. Morning snow, turning over to drier conditions this afternoon. For the south end of the valley here, of course, brought to you by Walgamuth Painting, your temperatures will be in the upper 50s for your daytime highs. 57 in Durham, 56 for Gridley. There's that chance for thunderstorms this afternoon. Dry, though, later on through next Tuesday with more wet weather coming in by next Wednesday. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast for Chico to start things off here. Again, that chance for showers and thunderstorms. I mean, that looks really ominous, doesn't it? But really through most of the day, you will be looking at mostly sunny skies and, of course, that chance for showers later in the afternoon. Spring forward on Sunday, but dry, and we're dry for Monday, Tuesday. Of course, that's when you set your clocks forward, by the way. That's what spring forward is. And, of course, a chance for more rain by next Wednesday. We take you to the north end of the valley. You can see the city of Shasta Lake, about 61, 58 degrees for Lakehead, 61 for Palisadro. And take a look at your 7-day forecast for Redding. There you can see those temperatures are warming up in the mid to upper 60s here for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even into Monday. But then we see temperatures drop back down again by next Tuesday. And, of course, that rain coming in for next Wednesday. Off and on rain will continue most likely for your Thursday and even Friday of next week. So, yeah, I mean, can you believe we have to set our clocks forward again? And it seems like it kind of comes up every year. And you think about it, like, didn't we vote on that a while back? And we passed it and all that good stuff. But no, it's still not happening. I'm sure, I'd be willing to guess it's probably never going to happen. Who knows? We got Jesse from Westwood Manor saying 46 degrees there. Thank you, Jesse. And we got Jeff Johnson saying good morning. Good morning to you. Can you tell I look a little tired? I am tired. I got home at midnight last night. I'm tired. I'm ready to wrap this up and maybe take a nap. I think it's time to do that. I got to do that so I can be nice and ready to go for you on your Friday. Of course, I've still got more updates at noon and this afternoon as well, so I'll be, of course, be on the lookout for that as well. Well, what do you say? Again, we kind of wrap things up here, and we are going to take a look at another, well, I don't know, I'm not going to show you that one. For some reason, the Lake Oroville cam is pink. Kind of weird. But there, you can see that's what we're looking at here. That's kind of a nice shot there. You can see that we do have some raindrops on the lens there, indicating that it's still raining a little bit there in Lake Oroville and Oroville in general. Of course, Chico just kind of got some of those showers as well. That will be shifting to the south, and we'll probably even see some clearing later this morning and afternoon for Lake Oroville. Well, once again, thank you so much for joining me this morning. And Debbie was asking about the Aiden. Says yes. Awesome. Wishing you the best for next year too. Thanks for the forecast, Mike. Hope you get some much needed sleep. Yes, I do. I'm going to get some sleep. I'm going to take a nap probably after this, actually. So I'll be back again tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock on Coffee with Krueger, so be sure to join me then. And of course, you can always check the latest updates everywhere. That's what's cool about this. I was actually talking to someone, one of the parents out at the ski park, and they were talking about, like, it's just great that it's on demand. You can watch the forecast whenever you want. So that's what's great about it. So there you go. All right, tangent. I tend to do that sometimes. That's it. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. on Coffee with Krueger. Until then, have a great morning and have a great day.